throw a shot, boom, and the only thing that lands discombobulates anybody that's in front of you. And that's one of the things that I gotta apply that concept to life, because everybody that's watching this feed is going to go through something, but you gotta have a specialty punch. And over the weekend, you got to see 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 get knocked out. And one of the things that was the actual apparent technique was we call the hinge punch. When you're in a trouble situation and your defense is lacking, what's going to happen is you're going to get knocked out by the dude who's punching from the back end. Boom. And this skill was predicated back in the 20s. Back when they were wearing gloves like this, and they were actually less than 4 ounces. These were like mitts that you wear outside in the wintertime. But that skill set, as you saw over the weekend, this is that shot. It's called a hinge punch. And boom. And the shot is more flailing. Boom. And it brings nothing but force. But I just finished recording our Power Junkie workout. And by the way, it's dope. And it's for you. And we're giving it to you. We're going to make sure that you don't have any excuse for not learning boxing. But as I go back to this story with my guy, he went into a fight not understanding that whenever you're boxing against a problem in life or an opponent, you got to remember, you got to have a specialty punch. And that punch, as I used to have my guys in the gym, I'd square them off in this thing that we would call the box. And this is like a 6x6. Some days I would show mercy and I'd make it an 8x8. But what you have to learn about boxing is you can't do this thing by looking at a screen, okay? So it looks like it's something that you can do until the view is vertical. It's like this. It's a lot different. There's no peripheral going on. And so I put these guys in a box and they would get into the temperament of what it takes, and then they would realize, I ain't got what it takes right here. So the drill only lasts 75 seconds because no human being was meant to go through this. But if you're trying to get yourself to the next level, my friend, you gotta bring ass to get ass. And if you don't understand how this works, you will get blown away. All of you guys who are taking these things and looking at these guys in social media and you think you can just get in there and get that smoke. But let me tell you something about the DMV. See, I had to put my guys in the box because I know we were going up to the DMV, to White Lock Road, Next Level Gym. This was at the turn of the century. And when you get up in there and you start balling, see, in DC, this is why Tank's so damn good that you guys don't truly understand. And Sean Porter spoke to this yesterday, that Roach is from the DMV area. You see, that's your diploma on fighting in a doghouse. So I had to get my boys prepared to fight in a doghouse. And when they got in that box, they realized one thing. I told them, somebody's going to be knocked out today. And we're talking about a group of guys that no one's ever even been down. But when you learn how to hit someone with a hinge punch, boom, 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 and as you step in with it, you see, the hinge punch offers up a couple of things. The first thing that it offers up is a level of force that you just can't magnify through your body by swinging hard, okay? It's all technical, and it's all about bone punching. And then it also allows you not to burn energy, so you can throw a whole lot of these shots. That's why I knew, being in the game at 2 decades at that point in time, at the turn of the century, that these guys would go through an experience that they never had experienced before in their life. And when they started to exchange as they developed the techniques, because you develop the techniques on the speed bag, the double end bag, the slip ball, the punch pad, the thick one, for the heavy hitters, the ones that we use for the heavyweights, period. And once they learn how to do that, what happened is when they got in that box, one of my hardest hitters got in there under 35 seconds. We had to call him out. He had never been busted up at all. But less than 40 seconds in there, that specialty punch. That punch that when life is coming on you, you gotta have that special, unique superpower. That thing that separates you from everybody else in the game. See, you got guys like Floyd Mayweather who he had his Philly shell. So no matter what trouble he was in, he can get in the paint. Pacquiao had dynamic foot speed because we did 5 years as chief sparring partner with Pacquiao, so I understand how explosive he actually was. He took a guy who'd been developed in our camp, who was a masterful boxer, and he penetrated him like there was no days spent in the gym before. And see, this is why I understand levels, because I got introduced to people like Emanuel Stewart, George Benton, Matthew Saad Muhammad, Ken Adams. All of these great fighters and great coaches and teachers and professors all make it clear. You better have a specialty punch when life comes into your pathway. Fuck. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck. And my hardest hitter, the guy who was on the record for knocking guys out in sparring with 16-ounce gloves on and headgear in one round, was the guy having to call, because we put him in that damn box. And that's what's going to happen in your life. You're going to get put in a box. That fucking vice is going to squeeze you in. And it's going to make you feel like you ain't never felt before. And you're going to think everything is fucking over. But just like God said before, and this too shall pass. But when you're in that moment, it's going to feel like, holy shit, what did I do? That's you. You're going to be in that vice. And when you have that specialty punch, boom, boom, that hinge punch. And if you didn't watch my stream from yesterday, we did a demonstration of how we did it inside of the boxing gym. So if you've never seen it performed in a boxing gym, go over to our last stream from yesterday. No, I think we may have put it on unlisted. So you better subscribe if you want to see it and look at it and just watch. We go deep. It's a lot of information in there for those of you who watch YouTube to get information. There's no channel that will give you the kind of information on boxing that I give you on boxing, because I've been to the highest level of boxing. Your specialty punch matters. In this case, we're talking about the toughest man that I knew being broken down like a punk because he was put in a tight vice, because we had to prepare him for what the war was coming when we go up that road to the DMV, up there with guys like Keyshawn Davis, Tank, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hasim the Rock Rockman. You're going in there, and when you get there, you're getting all the smoke with Coach Barry Hunter and all of those guys. My boy Patrice Harris, special shouts out to him. See, this is what we want you guys to understand. There are more to boxing lessons than just skills. There's a whole lot more levels to it. So we made that Power Junkie. Today I just finished filming. And we're giving it away because I just want you guys to understand what it fucking takes. And stop thinking that you can just look at a little bit of TV, a little bit of YouTube, and you can get this shit. Because when you start going through our process, you'll understand it's levels to this. And you didn't understand what the word levels meant. You just think guys get better. It doesn't mean that. But when you go through the protocol, you'll learn that it's more to it than that. And you'll start to understand the vocabulary of boxing. Because we created a university, so you wouldn't have to be questioning yourself. When you get into that ring and you're getting blowed away, specialty punch. You got to have it whenever you're approaching life, and life is approaching you. But always remember this last phrase. As he said, from the skies above, you see the palm trees. And he made it very clear, no matter what you're going through, my brother, this too shall pass. Power Junkie Boxing, Type Boss. Be blessed at God's speed and turn 2025 in your favor. Starting now. We gave you the tools. We can't make you drink. Coach Bradley signing out. Be blessed at God's speed, and we're getting the subscription on YouTube ready so you guys can get all the smoke. So long. Peace.